Hey guys, welcome back to the Telecom Talk Show. Today we have with us Mr. Avneet Singh Marwah. He's the CEO of Superplastronics Private Limited, a Kodak brand licensee. Avneet, it's a pleasure to have you on the show today. You've been in the smart TV industry for a very long time, so I look forward to having a really good conversation with you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It will be pleasure talking to you.
Avneet, I would like to kick off this conversation by, asking you about the sort of new technologies that we'll get to see in the smart TVs, and how is Kodak planning to leverage it to grow its business?
There has been a big evolution in last couple of years in smart TV industry, and especially after pandemic, whatever we were expecting in next 3 to 5 years actually happened in last 2 years. Especially if we talk about the OTT industry, how suddenly we saw a huge spike and the kind of application based television that has been it's been very dominant in some parts of the country because of the certain content is certain content are specializing in regional content. So some apps are going very good in some region, some apps are going in some other region. So things have completely changed in last 2 years. In terms of technology or smart, I think television is your largest screen of the TV, which is connected to all your smart home devices. There is a big change. The 90% of the industry now will be smart TV, and only 10% will be your normal Molina or non-smart TVs. Market share is there now. There is a certain shift. The trend has completely changed in terms of technology. It started with HD, then FHD, then 4K. Now you're seeing 8K coming, and with QLED and OLED, one of the top most premium technologies that's available. We are also working in that, and this year you will see one of the most top loaded technology televisions by Kodak, and we have huge plans in terms of in premium sector. Last year itself, we have launched 75 inches, largest screen size for Android. And this year also, you will see latest technology televisions. We're already working, and we are working on certain technologies which are only available in the top 3 or 4 brands right now. So just to create that disruption in the market, we're already working, and we want to make a larger screen at a very affordable pricing.
Okay, so Avneet, it's interesting that you mentioned the 75-inch screen TV because you also said that you guys want to make it as affordable as possible, the exciting features for the consumers. So like my next question to you is Kodak primarily a brand that consumers will look at as an affordable option, or will it also jump in the premium, super premium options and compete with Samsung and such companies?
So our main focus is whatever the brand name that you mentioned, whatever they offer in 55, we shall offer in 65. Whatever they're offering in 65, we shall offer in that in 75. So we tell our customers, kindly increase your screen size by paying what you were paying in that particular size. So there is a shift. That's what we did. Our 40 inches are available where these brands 32 starts. So why not pay extra? Why not pay the same for a bigger screen? As the technology is same, and in terms of LG and Samsung, which use their own OS, and which is in terms of not so friendly in terms of the ecosystem that they have. Therefore, their market shares are going down. The market is saying that. It's not my personal view, and that states with the current market share that's there. So I feel that, and that's where the market share of Kodak has really increased in the last 6-7 years. And there's a month-on-month growth that we are seeing now.
So that's actually a pretty great strategy, Avneet, because if I had to pay a 50K for a particular brand for 15 screen, if I could get 16s from Kodak and with the Android top Android features, I would probably go for the Kodak TV. And it also makes a lot of sense for the Indian market, which is a lot price sensitive in nature. So, Avneet, I just want to understand, because internet connectivity has not reached all parts of the country yet. And, but there has been a growth in demand for smart TVs. Is it also coming from the rural India? Because I don't know if they're consuming that much amount of OTT content yet, but is that true?
You will be very surprised to know maximum growth is seen from semi-urban and rural sector right now for smart TVs. And this year, in budget, FM Finance Minister announced that they'll be putting optical fiber cables in rural sectors, in rural sector, and where the electrification has just began, or the light has just in last 2 or 3 years back, it has reached to their villages. I think this is a very, very big move. And in you saw about 4 or 5 years back, you saw massive disruption in internet market, and that's where because of the prices just slashed down because one of the internet providers launched their services. After that, there is a huge change, and you will be surprised to know when I speak to my colleagues in Germany, France, and countries like US, where they feel that India has a better connectivity than those countries. And Germany, for example, was a very big shock for me because yeah, we have another German brand with us, so we work very closely with them. The kind of 4G services that India has right now, it's been outstanding. The kind of connectivity that it has, despite of being such a huge country, versus in those countries where they're still struggling. Mobile internet services are pretty, I would say, it's not up to the mark in those countries, and India has invested huge. And data is your next weapon, I feel. So, this India in last 10 years intelligently has really played big in data. And that's why it is it is giving such kind of results. And next 5 years, when there'll be a huge disruption in 5G sector too. Now with 5G, what is the best part? Firstly, the kind of smart cars, smart scooters, etc., whatever it's coming, from reach Wi-Fi recharging to controlling accessibility in terms of television. Nobody thought within 4 to 5 years 4K technology will be matured. To be honest, whenever there's a technology that comes to in India, especially for TVs, it takes decades to get matured. And you will see within 3 to 4 years, nobody thought all the OTT content. That's why I said whatever you were expecting in 5 years happened in 2 years. All major content, all content which has been advertised are mostly either in HDR10 or UHD. And in coming time, it will be 8K. And when with 8K, the real time picture will really improve. So and for that you need 5G connection. Plus the kind of pandemic that has happened, you need real time picture because if you can't go to a stadium, you can't go to a theater. You need that kind of experience and seeing what has happened in the last 2 years. We need those kind of technology for human interaction, so that still a person when he's there in the lockdown, he should feel that he's out. That kind of experience can only be witnessed if 5G technology gets matured. I've seen it just before the pandemic. Got a chance to see 5G, and that was really superb. This is a technology which has huge scope in India, and especially when this 5G, when the optical cables will be there in rural sector, not just smart TV in healthcare, in education. It's a big move that will be there, and this will really pay off in India.
Right. So, great answer, Avneet. So, I would just like to understand, you as a brand, what are you looking for in terms of help from the government? Because recently there was a $10 billion PLI scheme announced for the manufacturing of displays and semiconductors. Now, while this is going to help in the medium to long term per se, but, what sort of other help are you looking from the government?
See, I don't know why people just keep on asking me the this question, that what is your need from the government. See, government will not run companies. Government, firstly, the intention of the government, after within 2 years, every Indian, I think, had this, that why India is not Atmanirbhar, why we are dependent on other countries. A place where things were Atmanirbhar about 30 years back, and suddenly, especially imports from China got about 50x, 70x in last 30 years, and the dependency completely shifted. So this is all because of the government policies, the kind of policies, the strict policies that were needed, the import tax which were needed on those goods. Now they have started. The results will be there. The auction of all the industrial lands are going quickly. People are again interested in manufacturing. Employment rate is, any factory owner, manufacturing sector. If you'll talk to anybody, everybody will say that we are short of employees right now. If you'll ask that, you're not getting the right kind of skilled labor. It's a shortage in the industry, and still there is a narrative of unemployment in the country. Ask any owners, and that's why. And I have requested, uh, in terms of skilled labor, India needs to develop a lot of skilled labor, and especially the more complex technologies that are coming. Coming back to the PLI scheme, yes, it's a very bold move, highest ever incentive scheme of more than $10 billion. And this is for panels and the semiconductors, much needed. There's only one panel maker, one country which makes a panel. The whole world is dependent on that. We have seen the kind of disparity in prices that has been there in last 2 years. If this comes in, definitely it will create an ecosystem in India. Value addition can go up to 70 to 80%. The pricing will be domestically controlled. Then, most important, it's India's only 12 to 13 million unit market. We'll be exporting. India is not a export-driven country, especially in smart TVs or electronics. You will be globally competitive. Your brands can go out. That's what China did. All your TCLs and all the other brands that you see, very common, including Oppo, Vivo. That's what they did. They were manufacturers, created their brand. Then the kind of investment and money that they came in, you see in North America, Europe, how they have started controlling because of the backward integration that they have and the ecosystem that they created. Same way, India has that capability, and I have more capability because of the kind of education system that we have. We will start from basic, then the kind of language barrier that we don't have, then how we are inclined towards west. So we know the market size, we know the conditions of the market, and the thinking process, which is very different. So we have a better chance. And this 10 years, I think we need a long term policy from government, and we need stable government. And definitely, we'll be one of the biggest manufacturer countries in the world. I can see that right now, but things can only and only be possible if long term policy making and stable government. That's very important.
Okay, Avneet. Avneet, I would like to understand whether Kodak has plans of launching a new lineup of products entirely apart from smart TVs. Okay, because I know one of your competitors is selling washing machines as well. So, is it something in your plans as well, or and are you also planning to expand to international markets?
We are planning to expand into international markets, but as of now, we don't have plans to have home appliances. One of the reason the DNA of Kodak was pictures. So from a still picture to a digital video, that was the main theme for Kodak. That how we can tell our customers that it's a picture brand and how we can give you a better quality video. And that's why customers started relating to it and made us, a top five brand in the country. Therefore, appliances, I feel that that nostalgia is not there, and that connect is very difficult with appliances as of now. That's what I feel. But yes, in future, if something comes in and something that really convinces us for expanding, we'll do so. But right now, we are into televisions and other categories we're looking, but we have not finalized anything right now. But in future,
Okay.
yes, on TV, you will see something.
Okay. So, Avneet, how I would want to know that how much of manufacturing that Kodak is doing in India, and how much of the components are
Yes.
made in India.
100% manufacturing in India, all our products, everything is manufactured in India. Component size about 70 to 80%, as I mentioned, there's no ecosystem in India. So it has been import from Japan, Taiwan, Korea, and China.
Okay. Avneet, this will be the last question from my side. COVID affected each and every industry, and especially for the electronics, shortage of chipset was one of the biggest pain points. So, how has that affected Kodak, and has your manufacturing costs gone up significantly over the period?
I would say it's an opportunity, it's blessing in disguise that this thing happened. It's a
Hmm.
wake up call for the country. Everyone, all the sectors was a wake up call that
Hmm.
how, despite of biggest population size, and we don't have our own market, the domestic
Hmm.
markets were weak. Our manufacturing sector was pretty bad. Only service sector, and that's what we were exporting a lot of people
Hmm.
from huge institutes. So the
Hmm.
retainership of the country in terms of the top talent was not there. As PM said yesterday, that only in 2 years now we have third biggest unicorn industry. So
Hmm.
it's a complete change. Uh,
Right.
in terms of pricing, yes, but there has been a lot of disparity. There has been a lot of supply issue. After COVID, there is a tension between two countries, which has created the buzz in supply chain. After that, COVID cases started again in China, especially in Shanghai, which has completely disrupted the supply chain. And there has been a lot of vessels that are put on hold in China. Because of that, there has been delays in material, about 4 to 5 weeks minimum delay. So MSL levels have really gone for toss. So all these, I think it's now part and parcel. The seeing the world condition, the best thing is that you need to be Atmanirbhar. You need to create your own ecosystem. Dependency, not for television, for each and every product has to be come from India. If you need stable in product line, and if you need prices should not shoot up. You have seen if you talk about appliances, huge growth. Televisions, huge. There is huge disparity in panels, as I told you. Straight, from about $50 to $120, the panel pricing went up. So, question to your answer is that India needs to create our own ecosystem, and that's the survival for the future.
Okay. So I would like to thank you for your time, Avneet. If there's anything else you would like to add here, we are all open to hear it.
Thank you so much for the invite. It was pleasure talking to you. You had some really good questions, and it's always nice to give you honest feedback, whatever is happening.
Thank you, Avneet. Hope we can do this in the future as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.